People often ask me, what is it that makes a film good? Just kidding, no one asked me that. But if I was asked, I would say that at a very base level, a good story is one that effectively milks the premise it presents. For example, the 2020 adaptation of The Invisible Man showed that director Leigh Whannel has a knack for taking the extremely simple concept of a dude being invisible and turning it into something oh so interesting. A camera focused on a seemingly empty corner of the room, a woman trying to convince people she isn't crazy, even a corridor fight scene with a threat that you cannot see. The Invisible Man was a triumph for that reason. By the end of its runtime, the ideas the filmmakers could play with around its premise felt so milked to the bone in a satisfying way. After Leigh Whannel's follow-up in the form of the movie Wolfman, I realized more so that The Invisible Man had a lot more going for it than just its well-utilized premise. Because even though Wolfman hits that same metric on pretty much all accounts, there are so many key parts missing here that prevent it from achieving the same status. Let me tell you why this works on paper. Wolfman sees a family in the woods taking shelter in an abandoned home as, just outside, a part man, part wolf awaits them. But the dad of the family inside the house may also slowly be transforming into a wolfman himself. This is a unique setup, no doubt, where the family is trapped between a certain threat outside but a growing threat inside, which serves some really solid tension. It reminds me of the movie The Shining in a lot of ways, in how this mother and child see someone they love lose grip of themselves as they slowly become a monster and are trapped in the secluded location with what he may become. Everything working toward that concept is hitting the gas pedal. Truly excellent camera work and sound design portray the dad's slow and painful transformation in creative ways. Lighting in a scene will naturally shift into something sinister as we transition to his point of view. If he panics or stumbles, so does the camera, and we, the audience, panic and stumble with him. Music will get louder and louder, in sync with the tension getting tighter and tighter. All 5 of your senses, okay, 2 of them, are connecting you to this movie in such dynamic ways that you can't help but admire the creativity on display. The dad doesn't just transform in this film, but the sound, the camera, the setting does as well, and these portions were the film's best. But then there's the problem with this movie and its family. I don't like these people. Any of them. The movie does barely anything to get them on your side, as we only have about 10 minutes of forced exposition to get to know these characters. So when they are thrust into this tense situation, they may as well be strangers. I don't care if they die. It doesn't help that literally everyone in this movie must have drank the dumb stupid juice, because I got so aggravated at them when they made decisions that normal people would not make. Sometimes in a movie, that can be pulled off just fine, and I'm along for the ride. But when 2 characters are sprinting between a dark and creepy farmhouse or a previously confirmed operating escape vehicle, they choose the former? That's just stupid. That's the script making these characters dumber for the sake of the story. And remember, I already didn't care for them. This could have been rectified in the premise of the dad transforming into the wolf. So, for example, there's really 2 routes you could have taken here when making this movie. Option A, you make the husband an absolute chotch, a bad dude that reflects the theme of, at what point do you let a monster, human or otherwise, near the people you love? So when he becomes a wolf, it aligns with that theme. Or you go with option B, where you make the husband super likable and charismatic, who then slowly transforms into a wolf. And it becomes this heartbreaking tale of a great husband and father succumbing to what he fears most, a monster to his wife and child. But nope, the movie tries to have both and commits to neither? So you land in the middle with just a boring dude in a boring family. That's why this movie is so frustrating, because you can see that they tried. The premise is there, the idea is there, the execution is not. Like The Invisible Man, the idea of a wolf man is well presented. You can see it in the things I mentioned earlier, but also in the scenes where, as this dad loses it, you can see the man inside who just wants to connect and reach out to his family. So even if the final form of this guy is more this than this, I understand that that's not what this movie was going for. Rather than ending with a dog running around chasing his wife and kid, Wolfman instead chooses to live up to its title's premise as much as possible. And even though it stumbles along the way, I do respect it for that. So yeah, there are some good creative moments when the film does just that. But to carry me through its runtime, you need more than a well-executed premise. You need characters I can latch onto, a beat-by-beat story that I care about, and a commitment to a theme that services that story, not two that service completely different ones. I do suggest you see Wolfman at some point to witness its cooler ideas, but I do recommend you wait until it's on streaming. But what did you think of Wolfman? Or what sort of monster movie would you like to see next? Let me know down in the comments below, and for more movie reviews over a cup of coffee, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.